Yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to B Sports Buzz, the half for all things sports. And I got a good video for y'all today. We gonna do a season preview of the Seattle Storm. We gonna go through the roster, talk on each one of the players. We're gonna talk about how this team may gel, the prediction for the season, if they make it to the playoffs, how far they can go. Um, yeah. So let's get into it. The Seattle Storm last season, they finished the season 25-15. They were fifth in the W. They lost in the first round, unfortunately, to the Las Vegas Aces. They've made a lot of different moves this offseason. One in particular is that Jewel Lloyd is no longer a Seattle Storm. She decided to part ways with the team. She's now a player of the Las Vegas Aces. So Seattle essentially have to replace the scoring from Jewel Lloyd. Although she may not have had a Jewel Lloyd typical season last season, she was still Jewel Lloyd, and you have to find and be able to replace that scoring somehow. So we're gonna jump right into it. We're gonna start at the top of the roster and just go straight down. The first play on this roster is Nika Mule. Nika Mule is a guard. She was a rookie last season for the Storm. She didn't really get much playing time. When she did play, it was just like garbage minutes almost at the end of the game when the game was over and essentially it was a blowout and they were getting the win. Unfortunately for Nika Mule, she suffered a season-ending ACL tear this offseason overseas. So we most likely won't see Nika Mule this season at all. We're gonna move right on to Neka Ogumake. Neka Ogumake is a vet of all vets. I love Miss President. She is the president of the WNBAP associations. Neka is a forward, a 6'2" forward from Stanford. She was the number one pick in the 2012 draft. Some of her accolades: Neka is a six-time All Defensive Team member. She was on the All Rookie team in 2012. She's a seven-time All WNBA team member. She was Most Valuable Player in 2016. She was Rookie of the Year in 2012, and she has three sportsmanship awards. So yeah, just really just a solid, good player. Last season for Seattle, Decker averaged 16.7 points a game, 7.1 assists a game, and 2.3 no 7.6 rebounds a game and 2.3 assists a game. Um, I believe that Neka had a good season with Seattle last season. She produced for them for real, for real. She was on the All Star team last season. She made the All Star team. She didn't make the Olympic team, but I don't know if she actually like put her name into the bidding for the Olympic team. But me personally, I would have thought she would have been one of those players who made the Olympic team. I don't think NECA has ever made an Olympic team actually. So we got to see that change because NECA too good to not be on somebody's Olympic team. Team Nigeria, if you want to play her, NECA go with it. We're gonna get into some of NECA's stats. Like I said, NECA is a solid player. She finishes well around the rim. Her field goal percentage last year was 51% from the field overall. Um, Her 3-point percentage was 40.5 percent. She took one or two threes a game. She didn't really attempt many, but she made them when she did attempt them. So that's really what counts. She rebounded the ball at a high clip at 7.6 rebounds a game. 1.2 of those were offensive rebounds. 5.7 was defensive rebounds. And she plays defense. I think that's for me in basketball, defense is everything for me. And NECA plays defense. I think she's underrated defensively. She has the skill, she has the speed, she has the size to just bang down there in the paint with the best of them. And one of the biggest thing about NECA is that longevity, for real. She played 37 games and she started 37 games. NECA did not miss a game last season at all. And the best availability, the best ability is availability. And she was available. She was available for this team. And she did what she could for this team with the roster that they had last season. And like I said, they made it to the first round of the playoffs. And unfortunately, they lost to the Las Vegas Aces. But the Las Vegas Aces did have a player on that team that was just on a whole nother planet, and nobody could really hang with her. So yeah, NECA gonna do what NECA do. Next player on this list is Skylar Diggins Smith. Skylar Diggins Smith is a dog of all dogs. Like, if you want a point guard on your team yeah, she one of them ones, for real, for real. Skylar is a 5'9" guard from Notre Dame, a 10-year vet. She was a third pick in the 2013 draft. Some of her accolades: she was on the All-Rookie team in 2013, a 6-time All-WNBA player, and she won Most Improved Player in 2014. Skylar averaged 15.1 points per game last season, 2.6 rebounds a game, and 6.4 assists a game. So she did what a point guard do, and she passed that rock, for real, for real. We're going to break down and get into some more Skylar stats. Last season, again, the best ability is availability. And Skylar played every game. She started every game. Even preseason games. I think her 40 and 40 was because of the preseason. So, yeah, like I said, she averaged 15.1 points a game. She shot 42.7% from the field. She shot 29.1% from a three-point arc, but I believe that Skylar can shoot way better than that from three. If you look at 2020, she shot 39.7% from three. In 2018, she shot 44.8%. So if you look at those, her highest number to her lowest number, which happens to be 24.4 in her rookie season, you will probably get a player who can shoot at least 35% from behind the arc. She took about 4 of them a game, and they say she made one, but I expect this number for Skylar to go up next season just because of what I'm seeing from her Unrivaled. She's knocking those things down at Unrivaled, and that's good for her game because she's taking a lot of them and she's knocking them down, and I think that's intentional. I think she noticed this number and said, this is what I want to work on in my game. And she went into Unrivaled and she's doing that. She averages 6.4 assists a game. This is her highest average of at any point in her career. She averaged 6.2 in 2018, but 6.4 is her highest in her career. And I always tell people that assist really is subjective. Like, you can pass the ball to someone, but you can't force them to make the shot. So your assist really depends on if your teammates can make the shot. But being able to make those passes is very underrated because we see some guards who can't necessarily hit the open player. And Skylar was able to do that. She averaged 6.4 assists a game. I kind of expect this to go up because her role is going to increase on the team without a Jewell Loyd. So I expect this number to increase. Skylar is, to me, is one of the best point guards defensively. Like, I don't think people give her enough credit for her ability to stay in front of people, for her savviness, for knowing how to position her body, for knowing how to send the player towards her help. She's really good at poking the ball out, causing turnovers. She's really good at timing up blocks on bigger people and shorter guards. She's good at just timing when she's going to get that block. So to me, Skylar is a really solid defender. Really solid defender. We're gonna move on to Gabby Williams. Gabby Williams to me is a good player. Really, really, really good player. The Storm got Gabby Williams last season after the Olympic break. As you know, Gabby Williams plays a lot of her time is spent overseas for Team France and other overseas endeavors she takes parts in. So yeah, Storm got her last season after the Olympic break, so she didn't finish. She didn't spend the whole season with the Storm, but the time she did spend with the Storm was productive. She's a 5'11" forward from UConn. She was drafted in 2018 in the first round. She was the fourth pick. She's a 6-year veteran. She was on the All Defensive team in 2020. She averaged 10.3 points, four rebounds, and 3.7 assists a game last season. Like I said, Gabby Williams' stats are really just based off the small amount of games she played after the Olympic break. I expect her stats to go up. Um, she played 12 games. She started 11 of those 12 games. Like I said, she scored 10 points. Her field goal percentage was 48.1 from the field, and she shot 32.3% from the three. That's the highest percentage ever in her career so far. Gabby Williams was never really known as a three-point shooter. She's just like a really like big guard. And I know her height says 5'11", but if you watch Gabby Williams and you seen her play, 5'11" is the height, but her wingspan is probably like 6'4", for real, for real. Like she has a large, lengthy wingspan. Um, so I was impressed from this 3-point percentage because Gabby don't she shot 2.6 threes a game, but she really don't. The three is not her game for real. Getting to the basket in that mid range is really her game and her bread and butter and where she makes the money. So if this 3-point percentage can continue to go up for Gabby, I think she's gonna have a big season next season if she can keep it around this area, even get it up to like 35%. She rebounds the ball well. I know it only says she has 4 rebounds, but like I said, 12 games, 4 rebounds. She's that Swiss Army knife to me. Like she plays defense, she can get you a bucket. She can run a point guard as a forward. She can run a point guard. She's just that Swiss Army knife, and I really can't wait to see what her stats look like with Seattle once she spends like a full season with the team. Like once she spends a full season with the team next season, I'm excited to see what her game looks like and what her stats look like. We're gonna move right on to Zaya Cook. Zaya Cook was one of the pickups for Seattle this offseason and free agency. Zaya Cook is a 5'9" guard out of South Carolina. She was drafted in the first round, pick number 10 in 2023. This will be her third year in the league. Zaya Cook, to me, didn't have an opportunity to show what she can do in LA. I think coaching decisions kind of hindered her game. She did score 3.6 points per game last season, 0.6 rebounds, 0.6 assists. But if you watch Zaya Cook at South Carolina, you know she's one of the more athletic guards. She's speedy, she's athletic, and I think with opportunity, she can really show you what she can do. Like 2023 season, she played 39 games. She started 4 of those games. She got 14 minutes, just a little bit more points than what she did this season, 4.8 points. Um, Field goal attempts increased. She shot 28.9% from the field, 26.1% from 3-point range. But that was her rookie season. I don't really hold that against people because the rookie season is tough. First off, in the WNBA, you have to know the context and what a rookie season looked like for women in the W. She played for South Carolina. We all know that in 2023, South Carolina lost in the Final Four, which means she probably had a little bit less than a month before she played her first preseason game in the W. So from the Final Four to your first preseason game in the W, you had a month. In the NBA, those players have almost 3 to 4 months before they even get into basketball in the NBA for real, for real. So, rookie seasons in the W just look a little different. So we're gonna get back to this 2024 season. She played 29 games. She started none of them, and she basically only got 8.9 minutes. You can't do much in 8.9 minutes. You come in the game, you got 4 other people on the court with you, and you expected to shine in 9 minutes? Come on now. Unrealistic. She averaged 3.6 points. She shot 32.1% from the field, which is an upgrade from 2023. 29.7% from the field, which is an upgrade from 2023. And again, she's one of those players that I think if she gets an opportunity, she can probably show you what it is she can do on a basketball court because she's fast, she's athletic, she's crafty. And I just think Zia Cook is just a player who just needs an opportunity for real. Give her an opportunity for real. So I look forward to see what it is Zaya does on this Seattle Storm team. She has a veteran point guard in Skylar Diggins that she can learn from essentially. So I look forward to see what it is she does on the Seattle Storm team. We're gonna get into Lexi Brown, who just so happened to be teammates with Zaya Cook last season for the Los Angeles Sparks. Lexi Brown is a 7-year vet out of Duke. She's a 5'9" guard. She was drafted in the first round, pick number 9 in 2018. She averaged 8.1 points a game, 2.3 rebounds a game, and 3.3 assists a game. Fun fact about Lexi, she won a championship in 2021 with the Chicago Sky. Yes, she was on that 2021 Chicago Sky team. She just so happened to be on the bench. Everybody knows knows that Lexi struggled with a sickness, an illness that sometimes takes her away from the game. So last season, she started the season with the Sparks, but she did not finish the season playing, unfortunately, because she did have a flare up on her illness. So we wish Lexi the best. And I can't wait to see what she does in the 2025 season. She played 16 games. She started 8 of those 16 games. She scored 8.1 points. She shot 32.1% from the field, and she shot 30.4% from the field. But this number right here, I expect it to increase because Lexi can shoot the ball. Like, Lexi is known for being able to shoot the 3-ball. So I expect that number to increase. Defensively, average defender. She's not going to wow you and be like, Lexi, I need you to go out here and stop this player. I need you to pick up this player 94 feet and make sure they don't touch the ball. Nada, they can't score. She's not that. She's good at team defense, understanding the defense, understanding the rotation, and just playing solid defense. And that's really all you can ask of her. Again, the points per game last season was her highest average at 12.4. If her 3-point percentages increase, I expect her points to increase a little bit, but I don't know about how much because she's just not that. Like, she's a solid basketball player. She's just not that like bucket for real, for real. No offense, I just don't think she's like a bucket for real, for real. But she's a solid basketball player. I give her that. We're gonna move on to Ezzy Magamore. I don't know. We're gonna move on to Ezzy. I don't want to continue to butcher her last name. Ezzy is a 5-year vet out of Australia. She's a 4'6'4". She was drafted in 2019 in the first round. She was the 12th pick. Ezzy averaged 11.7 points a game, 8 rebounds a game, 2 assists a game. She was two-time All-Defensive Team in 2022 and 2023. She won a championship in 2020 with the Seattle Storm. She was on that 2020 Seattle Storm team when they won a championship. So let's jump into some of Ezzy's stats. I think last season for me was probably the best season for Ezzy as far as just like pure production, offensively and defensively. As far as like pure production, I think last season was one of Ezzy's better season, and I'm talking about offensively and defensively. It kind of came together for Ezzy last season. She played 37 games and she started all 37 games. She averaged 11.7 points. She shot 51.2% from the field and 24.5% from three-point range. She shoots way better than that from three. Granted, she only take like her highest average was like 2 a game that she take. She's predominantly in the paint for real, for real. And like I said, offensively and defensively, it just kind of came together for Ezzy last season. She had an opportunity last season to possibly be the defensive player of the year. Like her blocks is absolutely crazy. She averaged 2.2 blocks a game, and she just so happened to get 8 blocks against my team in Chicago Sky. So I was just like, she did what she do. She blocked shots. And she's just that anchor back there for Seattle defensively. You know, if you get beat, you got a rim protector and Ezzy that probably gonna send that stuff to the other half of the court. So I look forward to see how Ezzy continues to build on her game. She's capable of knocking that 3-point shot down. And she already shoots 51.2% from the field. So this 11.7 points a game, if she gets that 3-point shot back up to like 34.5%, I expect that 11.7 to probably jump up to 15 points a game. She's capable of that. Like she's really capable of averaging 15 points a game. So yeah, she's a rim protector. She's somebody you know you got back there if you get beat. She makes it easier on her teammates defensively because she's just that rim protector defensively. And I expect Ezzy to eventually win a defensive player of the year. I don't know when, but I expect her to win it. Another pickup in all season for the Seattle Storm was guard Erica Wheeler. She spent last season with the Indiana Fever. Erica Wheeler is a 9-year vet, a 5'7" guard out of Rutgers. She was undrafted. So she went undrafted, but she was also an All-Star Game MVP in 2019. So All-Star Game MVP, that's kind of impressive. She made the All-Star Game. But Erica Wheeler averaged 3.6 points a game last season, 1.4 rebounds, and 1.8 assists. Let's take a closer look at Erica Wheeler numbers last season and kind of break it down real quick. Erica started out playing like a lot of minutes and then it slowly declined. She was the backup for Caitlin, but Caitlin was able to play almost 40 minutes a game, so you really didn't need much of Erica Wheeler. But when she was out there, she shot 41.1% from field goal range. She shot 28.8% from three-point range. She can shoot better than that from three. If you notice, in 2015, she shot 40%. 38%, 30, 32, 35, 33, 27. I think no, zero was her lowest. So yeah, I think she can possibly get into like the 33% range from three. And if she does that, her scoring average increases because she takes about two to three threes a game if you look at her season averages. She's a decent point guard. I mean, she's going to go out there and play. She's going to go out there and make the right play. She's not going to try to do anything outside of her role, but go out there and really just play basketball for real. So, there's really not much I can say about Erica Wheeler. I haven't watched her much, but from watching her last season with Indiana, I saw a veteran player, somebody who went out there and made the best of her role on the team. Jordan Horston, again, is a returning member of the Seattle Storm. She's a forward out of Tennessee. This would have been her third year, but Jordan unfortunately suffered the ACL injury in the first game of AU, Athletes Unlimited. So we won't be seeing Jordan Horston at all next season, which is a big hit to me for Seattle because Jordan game just continued to continue to get better over the years. She continued to make progress in her game. And I think this season probably would have been another season of following that trend of going upward. She's athletic, man. When I say athletic, she's athletic for real, for real. She's a pure athlete, Jordan Horston is. And like she can jump out of the gym. She's going to play defense. She's solid defensively, and she takes a challenge. Like, and any player who just had that intangible of like, I'm gonna challenge you to be your best you. I'm gonna challenge you to beat me defensively, and I want you to challenge me to beat you defensively because I can. So unfortunately, we won't see Jordan Horston this season with Seattle, but we wishing her a speedy recovery and hope to see her in the 2026 season. Another pickup for the Seattle Storm was Leah Rue from the Los Angeles Sparks. As you see, we got two of her other teammates up here. Leah Rue, to me, I think is going to be a decent player. I watched some of Leah Rue China games, and she got game, man. She got game for real. She's just another one I think with the right coach, with the right development, and the opportunity to actually play, she'll be a decent player. So she's a 6'7" center out of China. She was picked in the third round, pick 35 in the 2019 draft. This will be her third year in the league. She averaged 5.1 points a game, 3.7 rebounds a game, and 0.6 assists a game. Leah Rue, like I said, I think with the right coach, right development, and the opportunity, she will get better. She's 6'7". Like, she's 6'7". You really can't teach 6'7". She played 38 games last season. She started two. She shot 46.3% from the field, shot 26.7% from three. She's capable of making that three-point shot. She has a nice looking shot. I think the more she continues to work on this number will increase. She's solid defensively. Like, she's 6'7" and she only got 3.7 rebounds. But I think everything for her will continue to increase. It's kind of difficult adjusting from China to American basketball. And I think she can do it. I really do think she can do it. I don't know what it is, man, but I really think Leah Rue is like a player who will eventually get really better. And she's a good piece to have as a backup for Ezzy. Like I said, she's 6'7". These numbers, I expect them to go up next season with Seattle. She's kind of like in a better situation for real because she gets to learn from Aneka. She gets to learn from Ezzy. She gets to see what they do in the gym, how they work on their game, how they prepare for games, what mindset goes into games. So I think Leah Rue will get better. I just think it's like a slow grind with her because she is transitioning from Chinese basketball to American basketball. So to Seattle fans, I would just say, don't give up on Leah Rule. I think y'all got something good in her. It's just going to take time. It's going to be a slow grind, but I think it's going to pay out in the end. Um, Moving on to the next player, we got Alicia Clark. She is returning to the Seattle Storm. Alicia Clark is a veteran through and through. She's a forward, 5'11" from Middle Tennessee, out of Middle Tennessee. She was picked in the second round, number 17 in the 2010 draft. She's a 12-year vet. She's a two-time All-Defensive Team player, 2019 and 2020. She was Sixth Woman of the Year in 2023. She won two championships with Seattle in 2020 and 2018, and she won a championship with the Las Vegas Aces in 2023. She averaged 6 points a game, 3.6 rebounds a game, and 1.8 assists a game. And I would just like to say that adding Alicia Clark to that Las Vegas Aces team is kind of what helped get them over the hump to win that second championship. Like adding Alicia Clark to me was big for them in getting them that second championship for real, for real. She played 40 games last season. She started 18 of those games. She averages about 25 minutes a game. She shot 44.3% from the field and 37.3% from three-point range. She's a three-point shooter. Like she can knock that thing down for real. And she's gonna take a lot of them. She's gonna take 3 to 4 of them a game. But at 37.3% a game, go ahead and do what you do. Cause is most likely she gonna hit them. She gonna knock them down. She's a veteran. She's like a kind of a tweener, because when you see her, you see 5'11", you think, oh, she's a guard. No. At Middle Tennessee, at 5'11", she used to play center. At 5'11", she used to play center for Middle Tennessee, and she was good at it, man. She knows how to use her body to box out to get these rebounds. She knows how to use her. She's a solid defender. She knows how to use her body to stay in front of bigger players. She knows how to use her body and position herself to stay in front of faster players, lengthier players. Like, she's a solid defender, and I'm kind of excited that Seattle went back and got her, because two things they need: defense and three-point shooting, and that's what she brings to it. She's definitely the definition of 3-and-D, and I know Seattle fans are like rejoiced and happy to see Alicia Clark back in Seattle green. And I think she's going to do good for this team this season. Like I said, she's just a veteran, and I know Seattle fans are happy to see her back on this team. She's 3-and-D, and that's what y'all needed. Moving on to Katie Lou Samuelson. She spent last season with the Indiana Fever. Katie Lou is a 4'6" out of UConn. She was drafted in the first round, pick number 4 in 2019. She's a 5-year vet. She will be going into her 6th season this year. She averaged 4.3 points a game, 2.3 rebounds a game, and 1.4 assists a game. Katie Lou, to me, she has the capability of playing good basketball. I just don't really know about Katie Lou. And I'm okay to admit that. Like, when I think of Katie Lou, I'm like, okay, what is it she needs to do to get better? She just needs to be efficient. And that's really it. Like, she has the skill. She just needs to be efficient. When I think about Katie Lou, I'm just like, she just has to be efficient. Like, efficiency. Use your body, use your height, use your size to your advantage. Like, she shot 33.3% from 3 last season, but her highest average is like 35.2, and that was just the season before that. She shot 34.9% from the field, but she can shoot better than that, as you see. Like, outside of her rookie season, 41, 45, 37, she can produce better than what she did last season. Unfortunately, she started to lose minutes towards the end of the season for the Indiana Fever because she's 6'3", but she's more like a small forward instead of like a power forward. She couldn't really play against the power forwards in the league, but they had her playing against the power forwards in the league sometimes. And then she really didn't have the speed to stay in front of the small forwards. So Katie Lou to me is just like a little confusing because she has the talent, y'all. I promise you she has the talent. It's just you can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't know how to utilize it, what are we doing? Like you have to utilize your talent. And I think if Katie Lou figures out a way to utilize her talent, utilize her height, utilize her ability to knock down the three, give the effort and the energy that you need on the defensive end of the ball, I think she'll start to see more minutes and she will start to see her production trend upward. Um, but again, like she just has to be efficient. And hopefully playing under somebody like Alicia Clark who prides her game on being 3 and D um, will help her develop and trend in the right direction. Another player on this team was Brianna Foster. She was a rookie, 6'3" out of Maryland. She didn't play last season. Um, don't know much about her. I know she's a forward and she's out of Maryland. She was undrafted. So um, I think she and Mackenzie Holmes, who's another forward, rookie out of Indiana at 6'3", I think they're just pieces that you have on this team and see if you can help them develop and possibly have like a surprise good quality role player out of the two of them. And you add that to this roster. So looking at this Seattle Storm roster, I know people are looking like, oh, it's a little wonky. Like you got two players who's not going to play, Anika and Jordan. You have four veterans, NECA, Skylar, Gabby, Ezzy. I'm putting her in that veteran category. Ezzy, no, five, five. Alicia Clark and Katie Lou, six veterans. And then you have some good quality second year players in Lee Rue, Zaya Cook. You have that tweener Lexi, who's technically a veteran with 7 years. Erica Wheeler, who's a veteran. And you put this together and you look at the Seattle Storm roster and you're like, they finished fifth. Can they finish fifth again with this roster? How would these players be able to replicate Jewell Loyd production? I think you have to look at a couple of things. This in particular, Gabby Williams, highlighted. That in particular, Gabby Williams. She did not play a full season last season. And I'm not saying that she's going to replicate Jewell Loyd's scoring. She's by far a better defender than Jewell. But the scoring, if she can get this to 15, even 13, okay, that's 3 points. That's 3 points. We can work with that. We're looking to get Ezzy to improve. Get this 11.7 to 15. Now that's 4 points. That's 4 points. So that's 7. What you got to replicate for Jewell? Almost 20 points? Who else on this roster can we get to improve? We lost Jordan. That hurts. That's 6.8 points we got to replace. Alicia Clark, we going to add 6 points in quality 3-point shooting. Katie Lou, come on, let's go. We're trying to get you to the next level. We need you to get to 7. So that's 3 points. So I think it's going to be like a replaced by committee with this team. They do have the second pick in the draft. And I know a lot of people are probably thinking like, oh, they're going to get Olivia Mouse. They're going to go get their point guard. You know, China is an older point guard. They need a younger point guard on this team. But I think this pickup, Zaya Cook, this pickup, Lexi, this pickup, Erica Wheeler, like they picked up 3 guards. And then you still have Mika Mule on this. So now you got 4 point guards, and Lexi is kind of a twinger. So I'm gonna say 3. You got 3.5 point guards, and then Skylar. 4.5 point guards on this roster. I know a lot of people are like, with that second pick, they gotta go get Olivia. They gotta go get Olivia. She's undeniably the second pick in this draft. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if Seattle say, you know what, we added all these point guards. She's not playing this season, but we got Zaya, we got Erica, we got Lexi. We can make Erica Skylar back up. We can make Zaya Skylar back up. We can play Lexi there. We can do point guard back committee as backups. We're going to go get us a shooting guard. We're going to go get us a small forward. So don't be surprised if Seattle's strategy is to replace this. And if they go to try to replace like a Jordan Horston, you start looking more into players like Sonia Citron, who's 6'2" and who can shoot the 3 ball, who can play defense. One of Seattle's knocks last season was that they was at the bottom of the league in 3-point shooting. Add in Lexi, who can shoot the 3. Add in Alicia Clark, who can shoot the 3. Add in Katie Lou, who can shoot the 3. Skylar, who's working on her 3. Possibly getting Gabby to knock down some 3s. And NECA, who can shoot it. She just has to shoot it more. You see them kind of address that need for a 3-point shot. Sonia Citron will be a perfect piece for this team because it replaces Jordan Horston 6.8 points. It adds quality 3-point shooting, and it adds solid defense. And I know people are like, oh, but wait. You can't put that much pressure on a rookie. There's no pressure on her. There won't be any pressure on Sonia Citron. If she comes in and don't perform, people are going to be like, well, she was a second pick and she didn't perform. I think she has the talent, and with the veterans on this team, she can be like helped. She can be developed into the piece that they actually want. And I'm just saying, y'all, think about it. For a team who wants to draft a point guard, why go out and get so many point guards in free agency? If you were sure you're going to draft that point guard, if you were sure you was going to draft that point guard, why go out and get so many point guards in free agency? I know it's just like, oh, B, it's just free agency. They still got to go through training camp. They still got to make the roster. Okay. But you add Olivia Miles to that. Now you got 5 point guards going with you into training camp. Most of them you're going to have to add to this roster because you have to have 12 players or you have to hit a certain amount of money. So most of them you're going to add to this roster. So now you got a team full of point guards and you still haven't replaced Jordan Horston at 6'2". You still haven't replaced that. So for me, I'm thinking the Seattle Storm will most likely go out there and shock the world and pick up Sonia Citron as the second pick in the draft. So I'm just saying, pre-warning, do not be surprised if Sonia Citron is the second round pick to the Seattle Storm. And I think if they add that to their roster, she's going to have a pivotal role on this team almost immediately because they're without Jordan Horston. I think one thing that's easy for a player coming into the league is focusing on defense. If you can play really good defense, really solid defense, you almost guaranteed to play. And Sonia has shown that she is Notre Dame's anchor defensively. She is good defensively. When Notre Dame needs a stop or whenever they're playing a big team or any team, and you have a good player out there like a Paige Beckers or Juju, Zaya James, they put Sonia Citron on those players. She's up for the task every night. Every night. And I know y'all gonna be like, but B, Paige scored 23 points. Look at how Paige got those 23 points. Pay attention to how she got those 23 points. She had to shoot more field goals than she's used to. She shot a lot of free throws, and it was tough. It was tough. So I think Seattle right now is looking at who in the draft we can get that's going to be 3 and D, and that's Sonia Citron. I like Olivia Miles, but she's not 3 and D. She don't have the D part right now. She's a capable point guard at passing the ball. She's capable of making a 3-point shot, but she don't have the D part. So I wouldn't be surprised if they go out there and get them a Sonia Citron. I think you add Sonia Citron to this roster with the veteran pieces and the Skylar, Nneka, Gabby, that Ezzy McElmore coming back. Your starting lineup most likely will be Skylar, Nneka, Gabby, Ezzy, and probably at 2, probably you added Alicia Gray to that. That's a decent starting lineup. That's a quality starting lineup. That starting lineup plays defense. That starting lineup has 3-point shooting. That starting lineup has playmaking ability. So I wouldn't be surprised if this team gets back to 5. And if they really click, they may be able to sneak in that top 4. But I wouldn't be surprised if this team gets back to 5. And I know it's looking a little wonky right now. I know it is. It's looking a little wonky. I think it's 2 things that can happen with this team. They can either get to 5, they can drop lower in the playoff standings, but I don't think you see this team outside of the playoff standings. There's too much pride on this team to not make the playoffs. So I expect for the Seattle Storm team to make the playoffs next season. And I think they're going to be anywhere between 7 and 5. With 5 not even being the ceiling. 7 is the floor, 5 is not the ceiling. The ceiling is potentially being a 4 or 3 feet. That's what I see for the Seattle Storm. But hey, thank y'all for sitting and watching this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I need y'all to like, subscribe, comment under this video, like this video, and go subscribe to my channel, man. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers. Once I reach 500 subscribers, I'm going to do a raffle, a giveaway to 1 subscriber. They're able to choose any jersey of their liking, send it to them. Any jersey that they like, they're able to choose. So like I said, go like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and peace out.